So this is an energy update, and I'm just going to call it landing into the physical. I mean, man, as I say that, I actually want to puke. It's not really my usual way to open a video like this, but this is an energy share like no other. Currently in Zimbabwe, and kind of like this is my quiet place. This is my chilled vibes in comparison to Cape Town and the rest of the world. It's like quite vibratory, but this is usually quite peaceful. This is actually wintertime as well. I mean, how beautiful is this? You know, it's warm, whereas Cape Town not so much. So I thought I would come here just to have some chilled vibes before I went off to the UK to go on my Avalon sacred mission and expedition. Also because I was tweaking out because the energy upgrades were like getting quite rampant and high, and that's what I'm talking about now today, because this is an important one, guys. This is a really important one, because what we're going through right now, everybody says that it's unprecedented, all right? And it's true, it is, because we've gone beyond we've done this before. We passed that mark long ago. Now, we really are upgrading at the moment, meaning, well, I actually need to say downgrading, but when we hear that, we think it's something less than. No, downgrading meaning coming into the physical. This is where your higher aspects meet your lower aspects. And I suppose that essentially what they're calling that is becoming one. It's the union, you know? And, you know, we talk about New Earth and how we're going to land into it. I mean, we are there. Basically, our templates are there, but we have to clear up a lot of shit, a lot of karma to be able to land fully in the New Earth, because we can't go there with any other shady contracts with other people, places or situations. We can't land there if we've still got fear. You know, you're not going to be allowed access. Now, a lot of us have felt that we've landed in the New Earth, which is me, definitely, which is why I'm feeling what I'm feeling, because I can't go through to there fully with all of this. So we really are in that kind of integration phase, that transition, not integration, transition. We are moving into this new Earth timeline, and it's flipping uncomfortable. And I'm going to talk about that now, because let's go back to the Schumann resonance. Now, those of you that don't know what the Schumann resonance is, it's basically the measured frequency of Earth. Very scientific and very, very real and very, very physical, actually. And you can actually see the graphs as it spikes or doesn't spike, whatever. When we receive powerful solar flares and things like that, you know, you will see this in the grid work of this Schumann resonance. And a lot of us kind of like see it on Instagram. People share these kind of like this feedback. They show the graphs. Now, what happened probably about 10 days, 2 weeks ago, about there, It usually looks like spikes in a graph, as you could imagine it. But this time it looked like a crochet blanket. Everybody was like, what the hell? And it even looked like DNA helix, you know, it looked like that. And that was our major upgrades coming in and really landing now. And I think it happened over the new moon. So that was also very, very potent as well. So as much as the craziness looks out there so dark and like, oh my God, how are we ever going to get through this? When you start to look at the Schumann resonance and you start to see when those spikes came through and what it aligned with, meaning like at that time it was with a very powerful new moon and the solstice and all the rest of it, like we're fine. We're good. Team Light is always going to win. We've already won. We're just sorting out the bits and pieces right now. Do you know what I mean? So what is actually happening now? During that time, super, super nauseous, right? So this is what I'm feeling. You may feel something slightly different. Physical uncomfortability, like in my solar plexus. I feel sick when I don't eat, so I eat to feel better, and then I can't stop eating, and then I feel sick because I've eaten too much. Sound familiar, anyone? Anybody resonating with me here? It's like craziness, right? And it's like all of my energy, especially since coming back from Egypt, even though I was in Egypt and I received massive upgrades there, just because you weren't at the pyramids you weren't at the pyramids, it doesn't mean that you didn't get that also. It's like, it doesn't matter, right? We all received big influxes of light. Now, for me, I've been stuck at my solar plexus. So if you want to cut my body in half energetically, all of this light has come in, but now I've got to move through the real sludgy last remnants of the lower chakras, okay? So your lower chakras are always going to be to do with how you turn up in the world. It's about your physical stuff, right? It's about your emotions, you know, especially in the solar plexus. That's your center of your will, okay? So for me, my anxiety anxiety and everything is sitting there, which is why my stomach is all over the place. But we have to come in and land all the way. We've got to come into the physical. No more stuffing around. We can't be like only here and then not fully downloaded below, because that's where we're going. Now, what's so important, I've spoken about this before, is the understanding that when we used to ascend, okay, so ascend gives you that feeling of going up, right? Which is essentially what that is. Our light gets brighter. We go up to the next levels. We raise in our vibration. But what's actually happening in this lifetime, all karma can be cleared without you having to die, drop the body, leave it behind, and then come back again. What is so powerful about this lifetime is we don't do that. We can clear the karma in this lifetime and we don't have to die. We can actually ascend in the body. So what does that mean? It means we're going down. It means we're going down. So instead of us all kind of gravitating up there, we are actually ascending down, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So all I can say to you right now is the most important thing, and the only thing that you're going to be focusing on doing is grounding. This energy is in flow. I can't do anything with my solar plexus to stop me wanting to vomit every second of the day. It is what it is, and I'm aligning with the process of how flipping uncomfortable it is. My uncomfortability and my anxiety has been the highest it's ever been. I am not microdosing with mushrooms. I am not doing anything to assist it, mess with it, whatever. I'm just allowing it to be, because it is a process. But what I need to do is I need to get my ass on the earth, into the ground, and I've really got to be anchored in, because that's where our ascension process is going. And you will feel better once you feed all of this energy into the earth, into your being. But like I say, the frustration, the resistance comes in when you don't feel better, and then you're like, you have a little tantrum. Do you know what I mean? Which is like my life. But that's what needs to happen, right? So many of you will be feeling extreme bursts of pain in the body. Now, understand and know that that is coming up from lifetimes upon lifetimes of you vibrating up here, not coming into land. It doesn't matter what the story is. Try not to dive into too much story in the past life. It's good to have an indication and go, to understand and go, oh, that's what I was doing in those lives. But to go in and do past life work and try and heal it, I've even stopped healing myself. I've actually put a big stop on it, because I actually need to be here and I need to allow the process of this next stage, because it's big. It's really, really big. So try and get away from the details, because it just sends you into that craziness even more. You just got to align with what's going on. The pain is coming up for the body. Everybody's getting ill, and it's for good reason, but it's different from the dark nights of the soul. It is. Now, also what's going to be affected in this current timeline, what you're going to be challenged with, because you need to align with the new way. You may be thinking, I can't live in this house anymore. I gotta go. Can't live in this country anymore. I gotta go. I can't be in this relationship anymore, right? Things that have basically always been there is all of a sudden blocking you, or all of a sudden being ripped out from underneath you. Really intense, huh? Like really intense. And that's for good reason, because if that's what's happening for you, actually, it's because it doesn't belong. It doesn't belong there. We have gone through all of these. We've gone through our stuff, our shady stuff. Then we moved into years of the dark night of the soul, right? Which was like deep, dark purges. This kind of feels a bit like it, but it's not. This is actually now your higher frequencies and lower frequencies coming together. Okay, so this needs to happen. This is us coming into land. Everything is structural. I know so many people that are having I don't know where to live problems. I know so many people that are looking at relationships going, I think this is done. Energetic contracts being ripped up. So again, help it along. If you feel that something is done, okay, and you really need to be done with this, relationships that may never, it could be friendships, kind of look at it, love and light, go into an energy meditation, rip up the contracts and just clear your space, because that's all that we need to be doing right now, because the brand new is coming into land. Now, coming into these lower chakras is painful, really painful. And let's face it, pain can mean so many different things, right? You know what I mean? And for me, it's like, I can see, you may have a very, very clear vision of where you want to go, your intention. It's almost like you can see over the wall to the next door neighbor's house, which is a mansion, and you're like, oh, I want that. That's where I'm going. But you're on this side and you're in a not so nice property, but you want to get there. So that's your vision intention. So you may have a clear clarity of that, which is a bit great and beautiful thing. So that's awesome, but you still got to go through this to align with that, right? So we know where we're going. We're not lost. And if you don't know where you're going, trust factor, man. You just got to trust that what you giving your sacred no to is more powerful than your sacred yes. Imagine getting rid of everything you don't need. Surely that's going to reveal what is alignment with you. So don't worry about it if you don't know where you're going, because how exciting, perspective is a wonderful thing. Are you going, oh my God, I don't know where I'm going? Or, oh my God, I don't know where I'm going. What could come next? You got to have the highest timeline in your heart, because everything is fine. We just got to get rid of all this shit and land, right? So I've had dreams, like my biggest thing for me is kind of like feeling like I'm dropping the ball constantly. I think a lot of us feel that failure energy, kind of like failed missions. That's a big backdrop for all of us, right? Because we've been perceived to fail our missions many, many times. But this isn't what it is, but that's what needs to be purged. That's what needs to be let go of. Now, I had a dream 2 nights ago. My dreams are very, very profound, and they are one of my mediums. And I had a dream that I was going through extreme pain in my body from tip to toe. It was intense. It was the most bizarre thing, because I knew that this pain was so extreme, and they said to me, we wouldn't be able to put you through this, because it was an initiation. They kept saying initiation. We wouldn't have been able to put you through this in your waking day, because it would have been too sore. But it was very physical in my body, pain. It was like the pain was being experienced in another dimension, and they just did it that I could go through this upgrade without having to live it, right? So basically, that's what happened. And then I've had dreams every single night, very much to do with the physical. So you may be having the same dreams. You may be having the same feelings. Right now, as I'm talking to you, the pain in my stomach and everything like that, it's on another level. But we have to know that this is big. Everything is physical. So everything you're going through is physical. Get used to that. How long it's going to last, I don't know. But that's the whole thing of being able to accept, not resist, and just lean into the experience, but support yourself by putting yourself, by being kind to yourself. Like if you've gone and flattened a pizza and 2 bags of chips and all the rest of it because you're trying to ground, you do eat a bit crazy during these times. Commit to it and be nice to yourself about it. Do you know what I mean? If you don't want to go to the gym and you're feeling a bit like that, don't. You know what I mean? If you feel that you do need to go to the gym, do it, whatever. But you have to be kind to yourself, because this process is really, really big. And it's not just little things that are going off in your life. They're not. So if it's big, don't be scared. Don't be scared. Trust and know that it's happening for a reason. Okay? So I think I've covered everything on my list. I had a list and I've not even looked at it once, because it's just coming through, But yeah, be kind to yourself. Now, on another level, though, on that note, we are now kind of like stepping into our power by saying, right, so you're telling me that I'm in control of this gig? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. So you're telling me that I can actually do anything I want because abundance is infinite. I've done all my upper star seed work here, and now I'm landing it into the divine masculine template. This is the good news. Well, that means everything's coming into oneness. So which means my life's about to change once I do this last hurdle. Yes, yes, yes. That means that you're basically going to have a completely different experience in your life very, very soon. So as always, the Heka codes, mentorship, and there is a group that I haven't quite thought the dates yet, but there is going to be a group announcement coming up soon, which is seven initiates only in the Heka codes group. But more importantly, May the 9th, Tablets of Light Tour. So many are hearing the call because of all of this that I'm talking about. Now they're like, right, it's time to go to Egypt, and there's lots of Egypt trips out there. And many are kind of saying, listen, I've had many of opportunities to get to Egypt, but there's going to be a specific one that aligns with you, which may not be the Tablets of Light Tour. But what I'm going to say is most people are aligning with it because it's very unique. And if you're watching this video, you're one of my family. So it'll probably be that one. You know what I mean? But we're all going to be very, very plugged into abundance soon. Like, honestly, I've got to bring some lightness to this, because even though it's like really kind of like right now, amazing things are going to be happening very, very soon. And you've got this far. Are you really going to turn around now, or just lie down and die? Well, maybe die, because that's what we need to do to be reborn. So dying's good. But so there are going to be good things coming. And I believe next year, 2024, I think that we're all going to have a very, very powerful, deep connection with our abundance codes, because you've walked this path and you've brought the 2 upper and lower, as above, so below, right? That's what Totally speaks about, the principle of correspondence, as above, so below. That is what's happening now. So if you want to understand what all that ancient philosophy means, you're doing it, you're living it, you're being it, right? So on that note, as always, I put my link in the write-up, and also as well, if you're struggling and you want to be part of something, come over to the Circle community. I have a Circle community there. I'll be doing lives at the end of each month just on this. And the one that I'm going to be doing on this next group is going to be on mental alchemy, how to manifest, how to clear, how to bring your own alchemical powers online and be the master of your own experience, because that's why you're here, to master this shit. Because you're a master. I mean, duh. Anyway, I'll put all those links in there. There'll be a Linktree link, but I'll also put the individual links in there. But come over to Circle and just, start to put the wheels in motion. Other than that, love and light. Speak to you next time, and have a little bit of Zimbabwe sun codes, hey? Have a little bit of this.